So India is a fascinating country. There's such a diversity of applications, needs, as well as between, for example, generations of mobile technology, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. No other country has that wide a spectrum of generations, so that you have to have technologies that are backwards compatible, that are transitional. And then from an app standpoint, you'll have to support everything from like remote rural applications for farming as well as remote medicine, and at the same time for AI-assisted data mining applications, as well as gaming and AR and VR assisted applications. So to me, this presents such a unique challenge in terms of how wide a range of hybrid technologies need to be supported. So NFV, or network functions virtualization, is a prerequisite really for 5G to be supported because it makes the technology much more efficient. It just allows for multiple different applications to be resident, or network functions to be resident on the same underlying infrastructure. And it presents a level of agility in terms of service deployment that is just unprecedented. So instead of having to have a lead time of several months and in some cases several years to deploy a new service, you can now do this in a matter of minutes or hours, which is just a phenomenal change in terms of what the telecom industry is used to. So NFV, or network functions virtualization, going as a adjunct or complement to 5G, we think is a critical ingredient to make 5G successful. First of all, I would say the clouds that most people talk about are either the private clouds which exist within the enterprise firewalls, or they talk about public clouds like Amazon or Google or IBM or Ali Cloud. What they don't talk about is really the telco distributed cloud architecture. So with 5G, we believe that globally and including in India, the communication service providers will now have an opportunity to create a completely new cloud architecture and play a very primary role in that cloud economy. New applications will be built on top of all of these clouds, and telcos will now have an opportunity to becoming a foundation for these new applications. So the partnerships that historically have been seen in the telecom environment with prior generations have been mostly in the network and at an architecture and technology level. With 5G, we believe that there are going to be a number of ISV partnerships. So we are going to start seeing an API-based infrastructure where a number of developers and development companies and independent software vendors can build applications to a 5G network. So they will become a critical part of this partnership ecosystem. So I think 5G will actually, one of the biggest contributions of 5G will be a new set of business models. So as an example, telcos today, for the most part, are still monetizing just pure voice and data, and that too in countries like India, largely to the consumer base. With 5G, I think many new models, similar, for example, advertisement-supported revenue, or revenue shared models with vendors for business-to-business applications. These are all going to become very prominent in the context of 5G, and so these will be the new opportunities that will be developed in the 5G ecosystem. So as I mentioned, I think technology architecture is going to become very critical and important. So solutions like software-defined networking, network functions virtualization, these are going to be primary requirements for 5G success. But in addition, also the ability to have, for example, container-based deployment of new applications, the ability for app developers to write through a common set of APIs and have a software development kit or SDKs in order to build applications. These are all going to become factors of success for 5G in the context of next generation applications.